If you haven't got your D-Lord drops, then good luck and have fun to you at home. I'm joined by Mr. Natu. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
I am spectacular. Already 500,000 people watching. That is pretty damn cool. So, we're going to have Navi starting on the CT side. Zeus going for the Julies. The Jewel Elites.
Because why not?
No armor, however.
Let's go.
Something we commonly see. In fact, they'll have 3 players of armor with no CTs going for diffuse kits here. Let's have a look at the play of CLG. Got 2 people heading over towards the B-bomb site, but there's no indication from the bomb itself as to what their ultimate intentions may be.
Yeah, maybe they're just trying to bait something first, or they're faking something. That's the 2 options right now, since the bomb is all the way down to middle.
Yeah, so you can see that little bit of harassment there from FNS, but we're seeing a completely static CT side. They are not reacting to this, so if that was a bait attempt, it wasn't a good one. The maggot is wriggling no more. So, what is the play going to be here from CLG?
Yep. Seems like they're going to be going towards the B bomb site. That's what they're setting up for right now. I think it's going to be a pop flash for that drop probe. We're going to have Haze and the buddies jump down there, and it's going to be mayhem afterwards.
Well, the CTs have 4 people basically on the B-bomb site ready to defend it. Flamey got a spot for his team and try and move into a better position, try and get more of his teammates to come in to help. Edward, Zeus coming in. Zeus with 2 frags now with the Julies, and this round is falling apart for CLG. Tarek goes, can they even get a single frag? Zeus goes down, but that's going to be that. Navi take the first round.
Yep. Speaking of mayhem, I mean, that was that was quite straightforward. CLG obviously, trying to go through drop room, but Zeus with those dualies getting the kills, and everyone else in the team as well chiming in, and it just looked a bit too easy. I mean, they didn't manage to. I think what you maybe want to do there is just also have a bit of a sandwich effect, but not really happening for CLG at that point, and that's going to put them in a forced buy situation, though. They're going to be forcing on this second round. A couple of flashes, Tech 9s, P50s. See what they work with. It seems like they're going to be just
You can see Flamey getting the smoke down there. Coming in with the MP9, but the Tech 9 will have the superior range there. Once he's going to go down. The P90 coming in. This is going to be a bloodbath here for Navi, but they've lost 2 players. Bomb is in their control for now. Edward with the range spray with the M4, leaving only Tarek versus 2. He's got a P250. He has armor as well. I don't know if he's going to be able to pick up a gun in his travels. He's in the middle of a crossfire as well. Sees with a brazen grenade there. Done the damage. Finished off by Edward.
Yeah, that was a fairly good round for CLG. Getting 3 kills. I think that's a lot more than they could have asked for in the end there. Tarek picking up a couple kills. So that's going to make a bit of a dent to Navi's economy to start off with. But obviously, as CLG just fully invested on that one, that means they're going to be enough to save here on this one.
The good thing for CLG is that they forced Navi to buy the superior weapons, the M4s, earlier, which means that they're going to get less of a kill bonus in this round should it go Navi's way. But Flamey's picked up the Mag 7, we know that has a big kill bonus, and that he can continue with that as a primary gun if he's going to be holding down the drop zone area from close. Tarek blind, gets taken out. Close casket funeral for him, and again this is a clean-up here. Maybe just made $2,700. Nobody going down on this occasion. Clean round for Navi.
Yeah, that was a no respect trade from Navi. They were just pushing left and right. They were just going ham and getting those kills down, and CLG not able to answer. They're sitting pretty at 4 frags total in the first 3 rounds. This is gonna be the first buy round, and JDM going to that op directly. Won't have any grenades to work with, but his teammates still have smokes and flashes to do stuff with, so should be an okay round for them.
Curiously, the Mag 7's been thrown over to C. You can see he's playing the underpass area. He'll have to play close if he wants to make the best use of that. Again, it has a short stub and short range, and he's gone down already, taken down by FNS. And there's a minute and a half on the clock here for CLG to play with. This is causing a 3-man rotation from Navi towards the A site, just in case CLG are going to go for a fast play, but they're going to hold their horses and use this advantage however they can. Guardian looking to close the range. No fear from this man. Super dangerous with this AWP. No matter the skill of his opponent. JDM, though, has the angle. Guardian at a disadvantage, going for the peak, getting punished. So, 2 men down on Navi. Flamey with the potential for a multiple spray down here. AWP, no bullets left in the gun. There goes Cutler. Looking for JDM as well. But that's coming in from the back. And the CTs will trade. Now JDM with 6 HP versus 2. Zeus and Edward remain. Zeus heavily tagged. JDM though with the AWP. And he requires 1 shot, gets taken down by Edward. Yeah,
when you create a 5-3 situation so early when you're CLG like that, it's very heartbreaking those around. It was all Flamey, obviously. Making those 2 kills was huge. Getting that kill with an M4. Then picking up that op. So here we see the replay actually of that kill, and Zeus coming in from connector to seal the deal basically. JDM down to just like 5 HP. Not really much you can do in that 1-on-3. So opportunity was created by CLG. Getting first pick right off the bat, that's going to be a good thing going forward. If they manage to get those entry kills, those are going to be the opportunities they will need to create some rounds here.
So now it's Flamey back on the shotguns, but he's gone for the auto shotty this time. Probably a good choice when he knows his opponents are going to be on the eco in case they go for a fast push into drop zone. He'll be ready for them. But for now, they're headed towards A long. Being smoked off now, so that choke point will be out of bounds in the near future. Guardian going for the resmoke.
Yeah, for CLG also, it would be important to get some kills going on. Otherwise, Na'Vi is going to be built up a hefty bank in very early stages, and that's going to be very, very hard for them. That means the Na'Vis can buy whatever they like to, even go for the auto snipers and have all the Molotovs they need to just hold off the attacks.
Well, now most of the CLG side find themselves creeping over towards B. There are some Molotovs on the CT side to make things a bit more difficult for them. Hayes with a 1D taking down Edward. That will ring alarm bells for Na'Vi. They've got two players on the A side and the CT side. If CLG can get on the site with numbers, this could get difficult for Na'Vi. Flamey with the auto coming in, taking down FNS. Got Zeus in for support. One being planted now. Three people on the site. No armor to speak of. Their lives will be paper thin and they will get taken down. Tarek is the only one standing there. He's coming in with the shotgun.
No fear.
There we go. Three people surviving for Na'Vi, which will be good for their economy on top of the bonus money from those shotguns.
Yeah, obviously for CLG, the main mission at that point is to get that bomb down. They managed to do it, and that's going to help them going further. Again, they can pick up that op, which they most often do. This is a team that really relies on JDM making openings with that op, so they'll definitely have the money to buy whatever they like to at this point. But I think they should opt to do similar things they did in the first weapon rounds, is try to take that middle control faster. Make sure you have control of one of the areas of the map to cause the rotation from the CTs.
Alright, so it's another opportunity for CLG to get some work done. Again, we can pay attention to the nade buy of Na'Vi. They've got three people on the Molotovs again, so they're going to try and slow down the push of CLG should it come somewhere on the site. CLG moving very quickly actually down T main towards the B bomb site, looking for some fast aggression here. Edward going to play behind the tree position. The counter flash is coming in. That smoke will deny the T's vision of the impact. Hayes going to get naded down to 33 HP. So the boots come in. This is a very strong position for Edward. He can avoid many flashbangs, but the wall of smokes has come in, and indeed he's got a high ground advantage. Guardian gets taken down in return to Tarek for Edward, but Edward is still up there with another frag. They're trading back and forth, but the CTs are now advancing. Man advantage for them. Again, trying to find some frags, but he's not connecting with anyone at the moment. Both the remaining T's stuck in the T main area. Edward charging forward with a pistol. Can't get it done though. And wow,
JDM.
He's going to get absolutely wrecked.
The odd moment of that round is the fact that Guardian was the one getting boosted out from drop. He was going to be flanking with an AWP and gets picked off by the first player. Not entirely sure why you would do that.
Well, CLG make their way onto the scoreboard. The buy continues, but there have been a few costly rounds to Na'Vi. Again, earlier on the full buy rounds, they had a lot of money in the bank now. They've only extended their lead too. Now it's been shortened a bit by CLG, but they could be broken very early on here. But it's a good start from them, 5-1. Passive round now from CLG, changing the pace. You can see JDM with a very long range towards A long here, looking for some aggression from Na'Vi. Again, it paid off long when he got that frag onto Guardian. We'll see if he can get something now, but the first frag will go the way of Na'Vi. Edward taking down Hayes towards teammate.
Yeah, also you see Guardian and Ceased are a lot more aggressive this time around towards that A site. They have Ceased all the way in this side hall, and Guardian's going to be peeking that middle, but it's CLG is actually setting up for a B push. Probably happening in the matter of a few seconds here, actually.
Indeed. How hungry will Na'Vi get for the information towards A? Can they get the numbers over towards B in time? Tarek going to jump and he's going to get slam dunked by Zeus. He's going to go down. Zeus will be traded by Cutler. He'll be traded straight back. Again, this is going the way of the CTs. Only JDM remains. And Edward's in a great position. Well, he's dead now, so never mind that. 3 versus 1, however. 40 seconds on the clock here. There's a chance for a rotation for JDM, but he'll have to commit to it. He hasn't got too much time to play around with here. Moving towards the A site where it is actually completely vacant at the moment. But Na'Vi will be not worried on the retake.
And he has to smoke a Molotov and a grenade to work with as well, but Guardian's going to be too fast for him. He's going to be on that site. It's going to make JDM's work very, very hard at this point. It's only 15 seconds left as well, so it seems like JDM's opting to just save that AWP. Maybe the right call at this point. I don't think he would have even managed a bomb plan at that point unless the CT on that site would have done a mistake.
Yeah, all he can do in this situation is lose money. And obviously the economy of the CT side isn't great either, but at this point it's probably more important for him to save his own gun as opposed to potentially losing it, trying to do damage to the CT side.
Yep, but right now CLG's not able to trade kills properly. It's Navi that's winning all those battles. They're making sure the numbers are in their favor when those attacks come in. They're not able to just do the trade the kills in the drop zone or be long. It's the best round so far they've had, basically. It's the one where they just went through middle with a pop flash. They got the entry. They even managed the second kill, but then things just crumbled afterwards. So something similar maybe could be in the works for CLG to make a difference.
So we're going to have basically an AWP play here from CLG. This is something we've seen Virtus Pro do on Cash on the T side, and they've made it work. Might be a little bit difficult to do it on Cobblestone. They've taken nades to the chest, to the face, to the arms, to the legs. There aren't enough bandages to heal these wounds.
They don't do that.
That is disgusting. Yeah. Well, JDM is the one with armor, so they're going to need him to open. This might be Operation Human Shield here, where the CLG tagged players just come running into the Gatling gun. While JDM does what he can, but who knows if it's even worth him going to the push here. It's a very difficult situation for CLG. They managed to think Edward, but with... well, he's gone down finally. And there we go. Another nade comes in, and the numbers are thinning very, very quickly into CLG. Is he going to do a runner? No. C's going to spray him down. 7-1, Na'Vi extending the lead here.
Yeah, it's looking very grim for CLG so far. See what they opt to do on this one. If they invest on it, they do. It's going to be AKs across the board, I think it's going to be. And some nades to work with as well, but like I said, I think the focus needs to be shifted towards that A site more. They need to try to take control of middle, try to get the openings from there. Right now, that B bomb side, it's just not open for business.
By coming out for the T's once again, no AWP this time. You can see the money starting to be strained. Look at the lack of nades on CLG. That's going to make it hard for them to execute. Numbers heading towards A long this time. Flamey is ready and waiting. Flash is going to do nothing. Two-man spray. That's the third with the A9. No, Tarek going to take him down. Instantly traded by Guardian. Only Hayes remains. CLG getting destroyed in this round. 4 people alive for Na'Vi. That will be good for their money if they can hold that to the end of the round here. The bomb is firmly in their control as well. A minute 10. So what does Hayes do in this situation?
I mean, there's not a lot he can do really, unless Na'Vi starts to make some mistake. But he's going to be going through the smoke. I think it's going to be easy pickings for Cease at this point almost. Yep, there we go. Cease picking up that last kill on Hayes. But right, I mean, I mentioned trade kills, and Flamey should have never gotten those 2 kills without dying. Never ever. That flash they're trying to throw, the CLG, didn't seem to work at all for that position.
Well, difficult times for CLG, and
I think it's a timeout worth the situation right now.
Yeah, I mean, they may get shut out of this match in one half. One round is not enough to go through to try and get things back on the CT side, which is indeed the less favoured side at the moment. So, looking at a rush towards the B bomb site. We've got the flashes coming in, counter flashes from the CTs. There is a player on CT2. That's Edward. He is taking them down at the moment, being tagged, but CLG will be desperate for the bomb plant here, and it's currently looking unlikely. But the players are... The CTs are moving back with C's coming in for the flank, but he's coming in slowly. Doesn't want to give his position away too early. Edward finally goes down. But look at the damage on these CLG players. C's is the only one around. He can clean this up very quickly if he's fast. The bomb's gone down. That's the primary mission taken by CLG, but they're in a very good position to take the entire round here.
Oh, never mind. It could have been big. This is a very hard situation for Cease at this point. Unless the turrets started peeking and giving him free kills, it's going to be missing impossible. Yeah. There we go. FNAS going to pick that one up, and unlikely round go to CLG's way. They're managing to just basically get B-rush and managing to get those headshots, getting those kills one by one is what enables that. But, you know, that's going to be one odd round here and out, and, you know, being able to try and string these together right now is going to be the thing. Actually make some viable rounds that could win for them.
That's a very bizarre situation, not only because they won the round, but because of the economical damage they've done to Na'Vi.
Yeah.
And if they win, if the T's win this round as well, then they could catch up very, very quickly.
They could definitely. I mean, remember last time this actually met on this map was in Cologne, and that's when CLG actually managed to take 9 rounds on this T side to make it. Unfortunately for them, they lost at 14-16 though.
Alright, so CLG deep towards team at the moment, waiting for these counter nades from the CT side, and they're starting to push. They're moving in on Guardian's position, but it's Guardian. He's taking down Tarek. Hayes has fallen to the flames. The bomb's being planted again here for CLG. That's more money in the backside. You need rounds, not just money. Guardian still on the side, finally getting taken down by Cutler. Edward dancing through the smoke, trying to cover his teammates back, but everyone is on the side. Boost is coming in, but it's not going to work out this time. Some damage to his teammates as well. 2 versus 3, and they just can't connect the bullets anymore. CLG with another round on the board, have potentially broken Na'Vi here.
Yeah, exactly like you pointed out. That eco win and now winning this round as well. It's going to be putting Na'Vi into a safe situation. And this time around, CLG entering that bomb site, they managed to do the trades in their favor. They were the one taking that initiative, and getting that bomb down was a huge part of it. Guardian making that flick shot and all, but still not managing to capitalize Na'Vi on that situation. And now CLG finally getting some life and an opportunity to come into this match.
So, Na'Vi have gone deep towards A. We've got multiple deagles coming out. Are we going to see a fast boost? Yes, we are. And it looks like CLG are going for a smoke execute. If Zeus is brave enough to continue pushing here, he could savage the team. Starting to rotate away now, maybe trying to bait in towards B. Oh, he's not going to get a single shot with that deagle. No damage done to CLG so far. And they will be very paranoid now. They've seen that the flank is coming in.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if actually CLG heard Na'Vi's rotation or what happened there, but that seemed to bait a bit of a fake, and now they're just walking in that B-bomb site. It's only going to be seized in there and hazed, getting that kill as well, and that's going to be that B-bomb site totally empty.
So Na'Vi now have lost their position, and they'll have to go through these narrow choke points, that door and the drop area. Unless they go for a long rotation and try and play for exits, see if they can steal some weapons.
Yeah, that's
also another good idea.
That'd be the best they could hope for at this point. Nothing else is going on for them.
Yeah, they're going for the long rotation. Biggest rotation EU, all the way through T-spawn. We'll see if they opt to venture into the toilets, the porta-pooies.
And when it comes to next round as well, it's only going to be Zeus and Guardian that actually have proper money. So Seized, Edward, and Flamey are sort of low on cash. So they'll have to make some compromises when it comes to purchases.
Experienced this. I haven't either.
No, I haven't.
Tarek with a 2-man spray down outside the box. So the gap is getting smaller between these two teams, and again, just a bizarre, like, anomaly round has given CLG the opportunity to make something of this first half. 4 rounds on the board now, out of 12. Heading in the right direction towards 7, but we'll see if they can get there. Guardian's back on the AWP, the rest of his teammates have the guns, but they don't have as many nades as they would have liked to. You've seen in previous rounds all the counter blasts coming in. Okay, Guardian getting boosted again. Getting the no-scope onto Hayes, getting the opportunity for the second shot, and losing just in time. They've lost the bomb as well, have the tees. It's fallen into the drop zone. They've got a man disadvantage here.
Yeah, slightly unlucky for CLG that Na'Vi happened to lose Guardian there. He got those 2 huge kills and just basically single-handedly stopped that rush. And yeah, we have Tarek and JDM in that B-bomb site, but they don't have the bomb. That's going to be a bit of an issue for them to try and win this round.
Yeah, well, they have 4 avenues of approach, and there are 3 CTs to defend. The boosters come in, so Na'Vi know that their situation is somewhat precarious despite the single-man advantage, so they will be the aggressor here.
Yeah, at this point, Na'Vi needs to make mistakes, or CLG needs to get extremely lucky for them to have a chance in this round, to be honest.
Eric is coming in, doing what he can. Zeus will keep his high ground position. Oh, the smoke. That is a bit of vinegar in the wound, or salt, whatever your preference is. Guardian is holding the angle. So what is the play here from CLG? Do they go for the save? Do they try and do some damage? Because the plant is very unlikely here. They could try a wipeout, but that's going to be a big gamble as well, especially considering Zeus's position, obviously unbeknownst to them. See Guardian playing around the pieces, avoid flashbangs as well. He will have no problem taking down Tarek and JDM on his lonesome.
Yeah, only a misplay from Na'Vi would have swung to favor to CLG at that point. Bomb was so deep in that drop for him. Time was so low, it was down to 15 seconds before they actually had the opportunity. They would have actually had to take a gamble at one point, go through that smoke and try to get lucky getting that first kill in that situation. You see that replay of Guardian managing to make the stop of that push to drop. So CLG being a bit unlucky there, but they're still going to be able to full buy on this one. JDM still in the off and everyone else in the AK. A lot of nades, and it seems like they really want to attack this B bomb side a lot.
Yeah, they have a lot of mollies as well, which suggests a B play here. All the sneaky spots, the blind spots, the boost spots from the CTs. Edward's spot especially has Molotov written all over it. He's going for the first life while Guardian's running distraction. How many is he going to get? S2 looking for the third through the smoke. JDM just about dodging it. Edward maybe got legged there, down to 15 HP. And again, Edward's position is very similar. Flashbangs are coming in from the site, but he's going to get taken down by Cutler.
Difference between winning and losing is in detail. I think the position that Edward was in should have been Molotov 10 out of 10 times, but this time around CLG opting not to, and Guardian getting JDM. Cutler being the last guy, he's getting destroyed by Guardian as well.
Brainless, hit them with the stainless, MOP style.
You said it.
So we're into the last round of the first half. The money is less than spectacular for the CLG side.
That's okay. I mean, they can still buy like a pretty okay purchase. They'll have some money to work with. Actually, yeah, they'll have AKs and then AWP on board.
Yeah, but a bit of a shortage on the grenades, so
yeah,
it's going to be hard to execute towards A with smokes, for example.
Yeah, just 2 smokes, so that's going to be their biggest problem, really.
They have a smorgasbord of flashbangs, and there's the first one going the way of the B-bomb. Looks like they're going to go for the fast aggression here, maybe because of the lack of lane. Either way, it's FNS going to be the aggressor here. Down goes Youth, but we've got the trades coming in. Edward savaging Hayes and FNS, traded by Tarek. 3 versus 3, the T's in control of the site for the most part. We've got Flamey, I think he's through the choke point, but his teammates are definitely not. And if CLG can keep control of that, well, they're struggling now. Guardian's coming in, just going to rip Tarek's head off. Close casket funeral for him. 2 men left here for the T side. JDM has an angle, but it's him versus the rest of the Na'Vi side. He's got to hit the shots. He's got to have good positioning so he doesn't get traded. Guardian's going to get flashed, which will slow things down. And the diffuse is coming in now in smoke. It'll be hard for him to find anything. He will go down. 11-4 to Na'Vi in the first half.
Yeah, the problem for JDM in that situation is that he's always around that box in an after-plant situation on that B-bomb site. So, you know, Na'Vi's going to know he's going to be there. So in a 1-on-3 situation, they still had the smoke and everything, so not a lot going on for CLG or JDM in that last round, but that was a weird half if you ask me, really. I mean, it was just basically only because CLG won that eco round that actually gave them an opportunity. Other than that, they were just getting shut down, except for the first weapon round when they took middle fast. They got the first kill, they got the second kill of the round as well, and then they mocked the 5-on-3 advantage. The rest of the half, they were going a lot towards that B-bomb side and just getting shut off.
Yeah, so even an 11-4 scoreline, you might argue, is misleading here. Maybe it could have been
It could have been more brutal, yeah.
A 14-1 or who knows.
Yeah.
Who knows? Well, CLG have some air to breathe with, but not much. Na'Vi looking to shut them down in the second half. We're going to have a bit of a chat for both teams. They've got a minute on the clock here to talk. It's a plan. Yeah,
it's going to be tough considering Na'Vi is one of the best teams on this map, has been for a long time. As we know, it's more like an 8-7 T-side kind of map, not 4-11. So, considering what's going on right now, it's not looking really good for CLG. So, they have to obviously win the pistol round and then make a lot of right choices. They need to play super aggressively and try to play a lot of no-respect plays, just take a lot of gambles and hope that they all basically pay off and just win all the A battles.
Almost 650,000 of you watching. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure you have your Steam accounts linked if you want to get those drops. If you open a box and you get something crap, send me a tweet of your tears. 12 seconds away now from the second half, and again, all eyes on CLG to see if they can keep flying the flag for America. You can see those flags that Team Liquid were rocking are nowhere to be seen on these computers. Right. So, into the second half, let's see what the buy is going to be for both teams. There was a period of time where you'd often see 4 Kevlars on both sides. We're seeing that from Na'Vi on the T side.
Yeah, you have ceased with that smoke and a flash, so that's gonna smoke off one of the choke points on somewhere on the map. The question is, where is it?
So CLG with 3 sets of armor. Julie's making an appearance once again, and they went for the HEs. HEs have gone, and little damage has been done. C's taking a little bit there.
Yeah,
the utility man for Na'Vi in this round.
It seems like the smoke is actually going to be used as a fake here. C's throwing that smoke, and Edwards is going to be looming into that B plateau. He's going to try to get that first kill, and then the rest of his team is just lurking down towards that A site.
The tag again coming in for Edwards, and JDM's going to come in with a ninja. It's going to get him Shinobi style with the daggers. So he's gone. And CLG now smelling a rat moving forward to the A site with extermination in their eyes. Man advantage now, and Hayes has a strong position where he might have Na'Vi having to run the gauntlet here, but he managed to get a three-man angle, but Guardian got just a 180 shot straight in the face. So CLG still with man advantage. The bomb moving up towards Connector. Actually, you can see Cutler there just waiting. He should see the shadow of Zeus if he tries to cross as well. We've got Flamey getting tagged. Flamey going down now. Cutler still just holding the angle. Can he find the head? Indeed he can. FNS coming in to finish things off there with the Julies. And that will be a first round on the board in the second half here for CLG.
Yeah, not a great fan of that strategy, to be honest with you. Basically, what Na'Vi was doing is just putting all that weight on Edward's shoulder with the smoke and the flash, and then sending him off to that B plateau, and he had to make something happen, the cost of rotation, cost movement for the rest of this team to attack at A site. Once he died, there was this awkward 10 seconds of nothing, and then once they attacked at A site, you know, they had no positional advantage, CTs were everywhere, and Na'Vi had nothing going on. So I like a more simple kind of approach when it comes to pistol rounds.
So we've got two shotguns on the CLG side. FNS going to be holding things down, playing the connector / drop zone area with the Mag 7, and you can see Hayes there with big popper pump, the Scott Steiner in the underpass area. Na'Vi may be trying to identify what the play of CLG is here. Going for a slow one. We've got the Deegs coming out with armor. Seized again. Going to be the utility man with nades and no armor to speak of. Guardian going for the Deeg and the Molotov. Two flashes as well. So Na'Vi look like they have a plan. But can they execute? There it is. He's just going to get blazed in the face there by those ball bearings. Rest of his team just going to march quietly. Still around 40 seconds on the clock for the attack. If they get a pick onto Hayes, they're going to move pretty quickly. You can see their intention with the Molotov, but Hayes is well positioned. Wants to look away from the flashbang. He's trying to get taken down, but he's got two teammates on the A side. They've got the range advantage. Well, they don't actually against the Deagles. All the other guns have gone down. So, see if Na'Vi can pop some heads here. Indeed, there's the first one going down. It's being done to the CLG side. 20 seconds, though, for the T's to get on the site. Zeus is 2 HP. He was in a very sneaky position, but Julie's coming in to take him down. Cutler falls as well. 2 versus 2. 13 seconds on the clock. The bomb's made its way onto the site. FNS going to be distracted by Edward, and we should see a plant here. 7 seconds remain. JDM scrambling for position, but there it is. Guardian's got no armor on the Deagle. He needs to pop the head here. JDM going to reposition. And he might see Guardian, might hear him running around, and there is the headshot. So savage damage done to the CLG side. That's going to play a part coming into the future rounds, but they take the round nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely way too scrappy round there. I mean, the positioning that CLG had was a bit too risky at this point. Now we're not getting a bomb plan. It was quite evident that they're going to be force buying on that one. So you want to make sure you have your distance and you have information on what they're actually doing before you're too committed to a situation. Now it just became into this crazy battlefield where the Deagles and the Tech 9s can just really go ham, and it just became this very dangerous round. Guardian could have easily won that as well, but like you said, that's going to be putting pressure in the CLG when it comes to their economy.
So I wonder what the plan is for Na'Vi here. They've gone for gone for a bit of a half buy with a bunch of smokes and as well. They've executed some of them. Looks like it might be a fast pace towards 8, but will they very calm here with his spray. Gonna have 12 HP and reposition. Got a teammate to take his spot. JDM coming up with P90. This could be absolutely disgusting. Down goes Guardian. C's left with 10 HP versus 4. However, JDM and Cutler are heavily tagged, so he could continue to keep up the economical pressure here on the CTs if he can find the right engagements, if he's quick enough on the trigger. Minute on the clock for him to play with, and his position appears to be undetected, so he can just play the waiting game, see if the CT start to get a bit greedy for information and punish them with that Tech 9. That's
pretty much the only hope he has right now. He's 10 HP left. Has to bomb though, so if you know a miracle happens, you get on that bomb set. But as we can see JDM on the bomb set, he has a teammate there as well. So I don't think C's is going to get anything out of this.
Well, see if he can make something out of nothing. Interestingly, the two heavily tagged players are on the A side. They've got a bit of a crossfire, but unless FNS spots him, who knows what would have happened had he made it past that little test.
Yep, you know, it's small things that make a difference, so it could have gotten dangerous, that's for sure. But now we'll see an actual buy around here for Na'Vi. What are they going to be buying? It's going to be AKs across the board. Everyone has a smoke. They have a bunch of flashes as well. Obviously, with the investments that they made in the previous rounds, it's sort of going to hinder their purchases, but still they have all that they need to do any kind of an execute at this point. Let's see what they opt to do. It seems like a bit of a map control thing here. Just working their way up towards that A site, trying to take over the hallway. Perhaps this is in the queue right now.
Mr. Kalashnikov in his house. 3 men heading towards A long. Hayes is waiting for them. Is he going to engage? Will he be trading? We've got Guardian coming in, and he's going to get tagged, but he will find the frag. Cutler coming in to do what he can. He had the option to go for the re-smoke there, but he's going to try and use that smoke for as long as possible. And it seems he may indeed deploy the re-smoke.
Yep,
It appears he has.
Yeah, let's see how Navi actually reacts on this. Getting that first pick towards A, they're going to probably think like CLG has, that they'll rotate one of the B players towards that A site and have a 2-2 setup. That's exactly what's happening here for the CTs, and Navi a free entry through this drop room, but see if they actually manage to realize the situation or not.
Throwing fire.
So JDM's going to have to play the close game with that P90 because it's going to be out of range, but Edward is creeping now. If JDM comes out at the right time, could get something nice here, but no, he's just going to wait and wait and wait, and Edward up close, going to shoot him straight in the face. 5 versus 3 now, as things start to speed up towards the B bomb site. Zeus has been taken down. There goes Caesar as well. Flavy coming in to do what he can. The flash will stop him from taking down Cutler. 2 versus 2. The bomb still in control of Navi, but there are 9 seconds left. They've got a 2 versus 1, but FNS coming in from the back of the Max 7. Can't find the angle in time. Edward will finally get taken down by the USP. And Guardian's got 10 HP. Even the Mag 7 could take him down from this range. Just needs 1 shot with that pistol. And Guardian is going to have to just dance. Wow. 10 HP.
See you later.
Nerves of steel.
Wow.
No remorse.
Yeah, what a shot by Guardian there. But again, that was a very Navi-like round. Just playing down the clock to the last 20 or so seconds when they actually do that execute. As we saw earlier, as we can see this Guardian's beautiful shot here.
Bish bash bosh.
Yep. Navi got that entry. Then they just slowed things down, and they were waiting and waiting and waiting for the right opportunity in their minds to do that V execute. They did it, and things almost fell apart just because they were playing so slow on that situation. So just one thing more, if it had gone wrong, it would have been a round for CLG. But this time, it was Guardian that prevailed.
Navi expecting some eco-aggression here from the CT side. You can see Edward being boosted up there towards teammate. And he's been holding good angles there where he's been just watching it on his own. Basically that angle, but from a bit lower. Because obviously it's a good position for the CT. So just throw a flash off the box there. Oh, that hasn't gone well, has it? Well, again, Edward with the height advantage there will take down JDM. Looking for information he will find in the form of bullets straight to the chest. Meanwhile, over towards A long, there are 2 Navi players heading in that direction. Guardian and Seized. Sorry, Guardian and Zeus playing a tag team. Just trying to find out if there is a stack here from CLG. Saw a bit of 5-7 spray. FNS gets taken down from the back. Slowly but surely the numbers are being thinned here for the CLG side. Navi towards 13-7, and the pressure starting to mount on the Americans.
Yeah, Navi not really having to do much in this round except just wait for CLG to make cheeky pushes on both sides. Still not really committed. Now they are to the side, and it's down to a 5-on-1 situation in favor of Navi. The last attack in B is getting picked up by Edwards, so there you have it. Like I put out, it's going to be a 13-7 scoreline. And when you look at CLG's money, it's still not looking pretty at this point. They can have an AWP, which they're going to be buying as well. JDM is going to be on that op, but Tarek is going to have to deal with using a FAMAS, and they're going to have a lack of nades as well.
JDM will need to be considerably more effective on this half than he was in the first with the big green gun. Otherwise, his team are going to be in deep waters with no raft to hold on to. Navi looking for a fast play of their own, potentially. JDM's boosted just as Guardian was, but is he going to go all the way with it? I think FNS might have just fallen off there, but here we go. See if Navi are just trying to bait counter grenades. It looks like we're going to have an execute onto the site. I think that we can probably expect a Molotov to come into the tree position as well if they do indeed commit to this. So wall of smoke to the Molotov. There's the Molotov you're seeing to the tree position, which helps you avoid most of the flashbang. So are they going to go for the push here? The CT is getting the first frag onto Edwards, and they're going to have to dance around and through the smoke. See, there goes the bomb. They're going to have to commit to this now. The numbers running out here for Navi. Only Flamey remains here for the team of 12 HP versus 3. Bit of a scramble, and he'll get taken down by JDM. CLG surviving with 3 players will be important as well.
Yep, they managed to keep that crossfire alive towards that B platform, and JDM coming up, he was getting boosted, and this time, instead, unlike in the first half where Guardian got boosted up, didn't manage to get a pick, and now JDM managed to get 2 kills, actually jumping on one of the players who was falling back, getting that kill behind his back, and there you have it, CLG just holding that bomb site. Navi straight up played that B bomb site, not working out for them. They've had more luck with that takeover hallway kind of a approach they've had so far instead, so let's see what they continue with here.
That's actually the execute I was talking about, that nip are perfectly capable of, that we never saw from them in their match. So we can see on the Na'Vi side now, they'll have the buy, but their nades will be once again limited. So such an execute actually will still be possible with all those smokes, but I'm sure they will have wanted more flashbangs. Either way, bomb headed towards A for the time being. Just got people making sure there's no aggression, no flanks from the CT side towards B. And they'll leave the bomb in situ while they try to go on an information finding mission down A long. Meanwhile, we've got Hayes moving towards the underpass, just having a cursory look, but not committing too far.
Yep, Hayes could be a difference maker here. Actually, he's reading this play quite well. Actually, right now, watching those stairs, could be facing Zeus here anytime soon, and he does, but it goes down to Zeus. It's him picking up that first kill.
Well, Georgie somewhat disabled now, although JDM will even up the numbers, but he may still favour the T's for the advantage at this point. The bomb has not been seen by the CT. They have no idea where the final commitment is. Edward gets taken down in the drop zone, which is leaving the bomb actually in isolation as it was just heading towards B. So now things get a bit tricky. How do you call this if you're Na'Vi? Guardian going down as well. Seas and Flamey remain versus 4, and there's only 30 seconds left. The bomb headed towards B, but it gets taken down as well. Only Flamey left, and JDM will pick him up. 3 players once again surviving for CLG. They'll still have to spend a bit of money, but they're headed in the right direction. The gap is closed to 4.
Yeah, and there you had Na'Vi getting those first kills, as Zeus getting that first one, but not able to capitalize, sort of what CLG was doing in the first half as well. And right now, CTs are rocking the world so far, and you saw Seas there trying to carry that bomb into that B bombs in that late situation. Not even getting the bomb down. Player on that bomb side, I think it was Tarek, managing to get that kill. And that's going to be forcing Na'Vi onto a save round.
Yeah, it's not even a jumble cell buy. They went to the boot cell, and boot cell was closed. All they have is the odd pistol, no nades whatsoever, not even a decoy. So, in this kind of situation, a P250 or 2, a CZ, and that's it. What is the play here for Na'Vi? Numbers is their only advantage at the moment. That and trying to close the distance to get the one tap with those 3 pistols.
That's pretty much it.
They have no flashbangs to get into the drop zone, just going to have to go YOLO! And here it comes. Infinite's going to let 2 drop by. He's coming into a moneymaker with the Max 7. Only 1 kill afforded, and now Na'Vi can pick that up. Things could get dangerous for CLG unless they position themselves correctly. Edward getting taken down towards T-Main. Still a player in drop zone with the bomb, but there are people headed in his direction. That's Zeus in the drop zone. He's got the Max 7, and now he is all that remains for his team. Hayes unable to find the spray, but Cutler will do the job for him. 4 players surviving for CLG, the money continuing to build. And again, Na'Vi are 3 rounds away from that magical 16, but with the gap only being 3, that money is getting important now for CLG.
Yeah, but what speaks in Navi's favor right now, they're still creating opportunities for themselves. They're getting for opening kills. It's just a matter of small things going into their favor in the end, so they can creep up to those rounds, but at the same time, CLG is slowly starting to build a bit of a bank here, so that's always going to make things harder for Na'Vi.
Na'Vi continuing to live on the edge of their economical existence here. Not much money left in the bank. Got a few flashbangs, a few smoke grenades. Other than that, they need to shoot people in the face. They're up against the M4, so they have the advantage in the weaponry. The M4s versus the AKs, of course. Those M4s will need at least 2 taps to the head, as Na'Vi will have helmets, whereas those AKs will pierce anything put in front of them.
And a bit
off from a brick wall.
Bit of a change of pace from CLG as well. Cutler getting boosted up here. In side hall, they're basically double stacking this side hall at this point and closer to the stair area. Guardian's going to be the only one. He's going to be the one to take that duel, and he actually wins the duel against Hayes. That could cause a rotation because the attack is actually going towards his B bomb site.
Yeah, but CLG non-believers keeping 3 firmly on the B-bomb site for now. But now there's no follow-up to that player and team main. Will it cause a rotation? We've got smokes coming into the drop zone. FNS has no idea what's going on in there. He's had to give it up, and they're paranoid about team main. They don't know if anybody's there. The bomb is in isolation, but Cutler's moving away from it, so that's a safety net for Na'Vi. But they've only got 2 players left now. And Flamey's managed to get himself into connector. If Zeus can find the frag on the A bomb site, then Flamey can cut off the rotations. He's absolutely savage CLG on the B bomb site. They've only got 1 play left in FNS. Position unknown, but he's on the wrong side of the choke points now. 13 seconds left. The bomb will go down. Flamey to take him down as well. Not going to make it. FNS versus Zeus. FNS has most of his life and the kit. He has time to play with here, but not much. Zeus's position is completely unknown. He won't have the advantage here, but he will have the AK advantage. Down goes FNS. What a play by Flamey.
Yeah, what a round. Just a back and forth affair. I was already ready to praise Cutler and his aggressiveness down in middle. That was seemed like it was going to be the difference maker in that round in CLG's favor. But Flamey, wow, these shots just having a huge impact. And then Zeus being able to clinch that one-on-one in Navi's favor. And CLG in a situation right now where they can still buy on this one, but this is where it's at. They're pretty much fully invested on this one.
Flamey, no stranger to beast plays. This is why Na'Vi picked him up in the first place, the newest addition to the roster some months ago now. So, again, you can see the importance of CLG surviving with 3-4 plays in the previous rounds. It allows them to get some semblance of a buy in this round, all with rifles at least. Again, the nades going to be lacking. They have deployed some already. Na'Vi with pretty much the entire team headed towards the A bomb sites at the moment, and you can see the CTs changing their approach each time, trying to be unpredictable. A bit less aggression here, and Hayes is just going to hold an angle.
Yeah, and FNS has been boosted up here in drop room, so potentially he could either get a really fast monster flank or just a lot of information before the attack happens. And Na'Vi again just taking their time really, really slowly at this point. Hayes potentially going to be a part of a war here in middle very soon, but it seems like actually Navi's indecisive right now what they're going to be doing. They're going to be running right in front of him.
Spray down, can he make a 3? Doesn't have enough bullets. They're going to start pushing up now, but the bomb's been taken down. Tarek's come in to take down Zeus and Flamey. 3 versus 1. CLG not out of this just yet. They are fighting for survival here. Seized is moving towards the statue area. There are 20 seconds left, and I think he might opt to go for a save here.
Yeah, and it was all that flash in middle. That was just slightly too short, not flashing Hayes, I believe it was, down there. And he managed to get those 2 kills, and Tarek another 2 kills. And that was pretty much it. Round over. Na'Vi again playing it really, really slow at this point, and looking at Navi's money, they're not sitting pretty when it comes to that.
No, we might see a bit of a jumble sell buy if they go for the buy around that M4 here. Although they have 3 rounds to play with, so they could go for a save and try to take themselves to match point afterwards. You can see there's not much being purchased by the Na'Vi side, just a few pistols and no nades coming out. So they are going to go for the conservative play. Generally speaking, their money's going to be around $2,000, which should allow them to buy in the next round. But C's having no loss bonus for staying alive in that round.
I think it's a great thing for CLG right now on the CT side here. They're just having a lot of different variables of how they're holding this A site, as we had JD and the meat grinder is on.
A bit of mincemeat. Not as much as Joel's though. So it's a 4 versus 2 now. Flamey down to 10 HP. Seized again. Going to be in a weird situation, although he's more or less committed to the site at the moment. Taking down Tarek as well. Seeing almost the full rotation from the CTs. Now it's down to a 2 versus 2. Things getting a bit weird now. JDM's been so strong over towards the B bomb site, but can he hold it down towards A? FNS in a situation where he can allow JDM to be the bait if they're sure that both the players are there. But he's only got the 5-7. He does have armor, but he needs to find the heads. He's getting quiet. He's looking the wrong way. C's going to come in and punish. So in a round that Na'Vi should surely not win, JDM's going to have to try and clutch it for his team. In these situations, hasn't been perfect for CLG in previous rounds, but he'll have to hit to his advantage. They have to cross Sniper Alley here, as you can see.
Yeah, and no smoke to work with either, so they do have to. The best thing they can do probably is try to cross it together and make sure that he misses at least one of them.
Oh, the time running out. Oh, he's missed a jump now. The timing, he's got to be so frustrated at that. And now Flamey becomes the bait. C's just waiting. Although JDM has taken the right route. Bomber gets planted though. Can he get himself to 1 versus 1? Indeed he can. Flamey goes down. And he's going to absolutely shoot C straight in the face. Almost fell out of my chair. And there's going to be another round on the board for the North Americans. People across the ocean must be going bananas at the moment.
I don't even know what to say at this point. I was already, heartbroken by how is that round going to Navi's way, but JDM just proving his worth once again.
The good thing is here, look at the faces on the CLG side. They're not going crazy. In previous tournaments, you see like the North Americans going like, oh yeah, we won a round, let's go nuts. It was hype, but no, they're still 2 rounds behind. They are still on the losing side of this. They need to keep their heads in the game and get to that 16th round.
Yeah, I agree. It's a problem that a lot of teams, especially when they're new to these kind of situations, get. Their highs are too high and lows are too low. So it's hard to keep your composure in those situations.
Well, Na'Vi starting to struggle once again. Flamey, Deagle, no armor in this round. Looks like Na'Vi don't want CLG getting any closer. Edward is creeping towards the site in the same way that NIP did earlier on, which allowed them to open up a round for them. But that re-smoke will deny him his opportunities. Guardian coming in, peeking with the AWP as only a few Orcas can in that situation. Getting the opening frag, but can Na'Vi capitalize? They've got a minute on the clock here, but the flank is coming in from Hayes. He's pushing through A long. He's got the information for his team. I don't know if Zeus has seen him in return. If Zeus gets a frag here, who knows where this round goes, but the flank is continuing with I think Cutler looking towards underpass.
Yeah, Zeus notices Hayes and gets that kill as well. It's going to be a 2-man advantage for Na'Vi at this point. But how does Na'Vi react on this? They should just bunch up at this point and just choose the bomb side they're going to be attacking and just trust that you're going to be facing at max 2 players on that side.
Zeus coming in for an Inferno-esque almost through CT spawn. Cutler, though, has the right position. If CLG lose this round, they're going to get $1,400 each. That could be the match if they lose this round. We've got Na'Vi now moving towards the B bomb site. JDM has defended it so well so far, but he's going to get taken down by Guardian this time. Tarek does what he can. With 1 frag. Cutler versus 3. He'll get traded as well. Guardian beasting everyone, moving to match points.
Yep, that looked a bit scrappy at the beginning, but then Na'Vi really traded those kills well, very effectively. Utilized flashes that they had instead of just running into potential crosshairs, made it work for them, putting themselves in a map point at this point, and at the same time, it's going to be CLG with a very, not a great buy at all.
This is the jumble cell buy. They've gone to the car boot cell 5 minutes before it closed. Most of the items have been taken. All they can find is a Mag 7 and a few grenades. This is a desperate situation indeed. And this was the risk that was always running throughout all these rounds. And what a way to clutch just at the round prior and then lose the last round. So, they're going to need those close quarters engagements here. They need the 1-taps with these 5.7s. Those 5.7s are very strong pistols indeed, but they've got 1 flashbang, and that's it. They have to win the duels here, and Guardian may not allow him to do so. There's the first frag for him. Hayes going down before as well. 3 players left for CLG, otherwise they're headed towards the losers part of the bracket. Na'Vi charging up, and again, Guardian just wants to kill absolutely everyone. JDM and Tarek, all that's left on the wrong side of the choke points. 5 versus 2 with 2 5.7s, make it 1. It's JDM versus the entire CIS region, maybe even Europe.
The crazy thing with Guardian as well is like he's not even seemed like he's had a decent of a game. He's still sitting at 26-15 as Zeus getting that last kill on JDM to close it out on 16-12. But yeah, I like to point out Guardian wasn't even seeming to be like super dominant at any point of the match, but still he's sitting pretty close to 30 kills.
Guardian turns it on when he feels like